Flint is a Detroit Red Wing alumni, is playing the Flint General alumni. This is Roy J. Akers with you, and right now we're going to go ringside as here come the announcements and our starters.
Number 17, Brent Sullivan.
Sullivan.
Number 21, Chad Grills.
Grills.
Number 24, Jason Glover. Number 19, Jim Duhart.
Duhart.
Number 14, John Hasty.
Hasty.
Number 7, Keith Whitmore.
Whitmore.
Number 22, Larry Bernard.
Catching as many names as we can. Bernhard.
Number 6, Lauren Knopf.
Lauren Knopf.
Number 12, Rob Valasevich.
Galasevich.
Number 42, Russ Wilson.
Wilson.
Number 5, Bob Rochelle.
Brochu.
Number 1, Robert Guarani.
Guarani.
Number 3, Mike Rusin.
Rusin.
Number 24, Sean Finstrom.
Finstrom. Usually skates for the Red Wing alumni, so does
Number
Bob.
32, Todd Humphrey.
Humphrey.
Number 1, Ron Laurie. Or number 29, David.
Did not catch the starters in the last starter.
Also here, Bob Folke. And Mike St. Cyr.
St. Cyr.
The equipment manager, Brian Barrett.
And so there are your Flint General alumni being introduced. Many of them were on the Stanley Cup teams. Wayne Presley, known as Elvis. Just named as a Canada, I believe, assistant coach, Bittner. Steve Garola.
Number 29,
Kurt Allen.
Number 41, Ed Mio.
Eddie, of course, Eddie Mio.
Number 35, George Bowman.
George Bowman.
Number 12, Jimmy Carson.
Jimmy Carson.
Number 15, Brent Fedek.
Brent Fedek.
Number 2, Yuri Fisher.
Yuri Fisher. Getting big applause, a Stanley Cup champion with the Red Wings in 02. Peter Klima. He's probably as fast as he was when he was in his prime.
14, Kevin Miller.
Kevin Miller, number 23.
Number 25, John O'Gornick.
25, John Ogrodnik. And of course, 25, Darren McCarty.
Joe Koster.
26, Joe Koser.
Number 25, Darren McCarty.
Here comes McCarty.
And number 20, Mickey Redmond.
Number 20, Mickey Redmond. And there you have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Active military veterans may keep your caps on while rendering the military salute. As we invite you to join the performance of the Canadian National Anthem and the United States National Anthem, led tonight by Mr. Dave Kennedy.
So we're just moments away from the start of this contest as we have a tremendous amount of fans. We probably have access of 3,000 in the building tonight as a lot of people paid good money to be here as Red Wing alumni playing the Flint Generals. The Detroit Red Wing alumni boasts quite a few players that had anywhere from a cup of coffee with the team to a Hall of Famer such as Mickey Redmond out there. Two of the three members of the Grind Lane are out there. Kosher and Darren McCarty stood next to each other as we were getting ready to start tonight for our Star Spangled Banner. The Detroit Red Wing alumni, they will be skating from our left to our right. The Flint Generals roster, they will skate the other way out there playing in their they almost look like the U of M team. I mean, the same color scheme with the maize blue and white, and they look really sharp. The starting goaltender for them this evening is going to be Rob Pirani. He'll be the goaltender for this team. Now, yep, that's the same Pirani who owns all the hockey stores, and he'll be out there. We got a couple puck droppers, and we're going to
Today, many of the battles that we fight are in the courtroom for our sacred right of sovereignty, so Red Nation rise. Native American rights fund, I can make a change in the names of my ancestors so they didn't die in vain, but together, calling the tribes to action. One nation, can you imagine? Grandma once said our people will thrive. 500 years and we still survive. NARF, the Indian Wars never ended, the only change venue to be continued.
Support the Native American Rights Fund. Visit narv.org.
And now with the puck drop happening out on the ice, captains for both squads will come out. Mickey Redmond for the Red Wing alumni. And Rob Pirani will, I thought he was going to, but it's going to be Lauren Noft. They'll do the ceremonial puck drop and we'll be off and ready to play. And we're just seconds away from the start of our contest. As this is a game that you go, what are these players playing for? Well, they're playing for not only for pride and to have fun and keep growing this game of hockey, but even more importantly, they're playing for charity, and they're playing for the charities of the Firebirds who sponsored this hockey game. I'm not sure who their charity will be tonight. We don't always know. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but we do not know tonight. But coming out to center ice, we're just about set with our starters. Yuri Fisher will be coming out, the starter in goal for the Detroit Red Wing alumni. It's going to be Eddie Mio. We have a number 1 in net for the Flint Firebirds, but we're not sure who he is. It's not going to be Rob Pirani who plays for number 1. Out there you got Brochu, you got Finstrom out there, as well as Bittner. They'll be out there as starters for the Red Wing alumni. You're going to see Johnny Ogrodnik, Peter Klima, Mickey Redmond will be on the ice, as well as Brent Fedek and Yuri Fisher. Well, that's a starting 5 that, well, I guess you asked for it, everybody, and here it is, Peter Klima. Just about set, and our draw is off, and it's going to be controlled right now by Brochu out on the right point now for the Generals. Generals looking to bring it out. This is 2 25-minute halves. Finstrom up over center ice skating, and have that one taken off his stick by Redmond, and he'll play it back to the defense. One thing about the Red Wing alumni, while some of the speed is gone from the prime of their careers, these guys still have their instincts, and they still have a lot of the skills, such as the passing part of their games, is still pretty much dead on. Now Finstrom will come in with a breakaway. He's got the shot. It's going to be handled, knocked away by Eddie Mio, who will juggle that puck, put it on the corner. It's out in front by Finstrom again, and this time Eddie Mio makes another save. He has 2 in the opening 40 seconds of this contest. As Klima nearly fans, the play will continue up now over center ice. It'll be on the intercept, Klima, and Klima will force a goaltender out of his net. As the play continues up and over center ice, it's Velsevic with it, and we already have our first line changed by the Generals as we have played a minute of this opening period of play. Skating with it will be Miller up over the center ice, and now to go over right wing. With it right now, the Generals will carry it on in. It's going to be Sullivan, and we'll see that one go through his skates as the play continues on behind the goal. Centering pass to Grills, nearly got through, but Klima with it. Klima this time will put the moves on. He's looking to split the defense, puts that one right on the goaltender, who quickly makes a save. And that's been the biggest scoring chance of our contest as we played a minute and a half of a running clock game. A lot of great specials happen with the Flint Firebirds, giving away hats, bobbleheads, a whole lot more, and it's really cool to watch these things develop. And there's a pass right in front of the net. McCarty, juggling a puck. It sits there, it's jammed away at, and that one was really dangerous. The Red Wings nearly had the game's first goal as they're going to play it at the circle. Kosher will have that puck jump over his stick, and he'll come back over to center ice, and the Red Wing alumni will play it. As this time it's going to be Miller gaining the zone to Klima. Klima will take a rolling putt, put that one off the goal post. And with 22:47 to go in this hockey game in the first half of it, another one out front. And this time the Red Wing alumni, they're peppering the goals. That was Orodnik coming out of his defensive spot. Grodnik gets it on the goal line. It's going to be intercepted, circling around with it. The Red Wing alumni will just pass that one off the boards, and it's going to be Klima. Klima with a centering pass over to Miller. This play continues on. Miller now with it in the offensive zone. It'll be over right now for Fisher, who that time buries it off the pad. The Red Wing alumni, they're dangerous from the draw. Fisher jammed up along as it's going to be tied up. Presley this time with a backdoor pass. He'll have it right now with a centering one, and that one will go just over the outstretched arms of a player as Carson that time was dangerous for the Red Wing alumni. Coming up the other way now, be taken on the wing for the Generals as they're going to go right circle. They'll have it. They look to spin around with it as it's going to be over to Glover, and Glover can't catch up to it now for the Generals. Glover still going left wing. Glover dancing with a puck over there to Rosen, and it's going to be intercepted. The Red Wing alumni at their onside, and Presley playing it offside. They're going to let that one go. Chips that one back door. That time the net will come off the magnet, but play will continue on as we have 21 and a half to go in this opening period, or I should say opening half of this hockey game. Humphrey with it now over center ice. He'll dump that one, and we got a couple fresh players on the ice for the Red Wing alumni. The Red Wing alumni have only had one line change. Tamer playing up behind the goal as the play will continue on from there. Red Wing alumni slow to get it out of their own zone as they'll play it up over center ice, and that'll go too far for Presley as this time the puck goes all the way down and it'll be played by the goaltender. As the Flint Generals, they had a skater that time. Finstrom didn't even know he had the puck coming at him because he had Rusin behind him, and he was like, I didn't know it. And there's a shot, backdoor score. And a one-timer that time is buried in the net, and that's going to be a goal, and it's now 1-0. And it's Duhart with a goal, and it's 1-0 game score. So Duhart makes it 1-0. The assist you'll hear from the public address announcer is the Generals, who have been outplayed thus far early on in this hockey game, found out that they can still score, and they beat Eddie Mio. Finstrom with it, going left wing. Finstrom passing that one over into the right corner as the play will continue on. It's going to be on the intercept right now for Redmond. And Redmond playing on that first line with McCarty and Klima as they'll skate with it, and this one will go all the way down the ice. They have Bidner on the ice with them as well. This is going to be reversed around the circle and played out right now by the Generals with it. Brochu now to Finstrom. Finstrom going left side. Skating with it, looks to play that one with a centering pass out in front of the goal, and it's going to be intercepted right now by the Generals as this time to go to Brochu. Brochu playing left side, and the Red Wing Alumni will see a pass go too far for Redmond, and it'll be brought up the ice. This time with it, Yuri Fisher takes a long slapper from out on point. And he's looking, I think he had his career prematurely taken away from him when he had the heart incident on the ice, but I'll tell you what, he's still showing that he's got some game. Kosher will kick it on ahead. Played now by Miller at center ice. He looks to gain his zone. He'll chip it in. Miller playing it to himself. Now goes for a centering pass over to Presley, and it won't get through. We have 19:02 to play in this opening half of hockey. It's a 1-0 Flint General lead. Presley has that one go through his skates. His knock was all over him. As this time it'll go over around the corner.
Assistant 24, Jason Glover, and number 7, Keith Whitmore.
So Whitmore, and there's a shot that'll go through the crease. We're right now in the scores as I'm taking care of that business myself. Presley with a wraparound over to Miller on the centering pass goes on through. As Gosher comes out to center as it'll be played with Tamer. So we've had about 4 line changes for the Red Wing Alumni in the first 6 minutes, and there's one launched by Presley. As the play continues on, it'll be on the intercept. Skating with it, it'll be Duhan, and Duhan looks to put that one and beats the goaltender again for a second goal of the contest. And so far, Mio has not been able to solve anybody. Intercept. Skating with it, it'll be Duhan, and Duhan looks to put that one and beats the goaltender again for a second goal of the contest. And so far, Mio has not been able to solve anybody. Besides a phenomenal vantage point that we have to call this game, it's just been a first-class effort by this team to host the Red Wing Alumni and the Flint General Alumni tonight. Klima looks to, he skates onside, he'll whistle that one at the goaltender, nearly gets it back on his own rebound. And now the Generals are carried up the ice as it's now going to come up over to center ice. It'll be Fedek going with a backdoor pass, skating it all alone to Carson. Carson with a shot, and that one's going to be knocked away. As Carson was dangerous, he went from the backhand to the forehand and nearly ripped that shot off. And Klima this time goes, from the bottom of the circle. And Klima shows you why he's one of the best. The forehand and nearly ripped that shot off. And Klima this time goes, from the bottom of the circle. And Klima shows you why he's one of the best players in the NHL back during his time during the 80s and 90s with the Red Wings and the Edmonton Oilers. What a job that time by Peter Klima, who put the twisted wrister up on the rooftop and makes it a 2-1 game score.
I heard about a shooting involving a 3-year-old girl over the summer. My daughter Riley is that age.
There was a point when I felt that I was going to die.
My parents used to always say a bullet doesn't have a name on it.
Someone put a bullet in the back of my 14-year-old son's head.
The gun should never be an option.
We're Americans. We don't have to live like this.
We can all make a difference.
In the United States, 88 people die of gun violence every day.
We can end gun violence.
Game score. So Duhart has a pair, Klima has a goal, and it's 2-1. As a Red Wing Alumni, they trail in this contest. Carson will take the draw, but Brochu will have it as he's back in his own zone with 16:35 to go. And this opening half of hockey, and there's another shot, and this one will trickle through. Shot over by Fedek. Played right now up over on the left side by Humphrey. Trying to center that pass, but that time Fedek broke it up. As Brochu looks to gain his zone, as he'll now go on the left wing, and on the intercept, it'll be played right now by Humphrey. Back out on point. Out in the middle, it's right in over in the slot, and it'll be played at the bottom of the circles. It's going to be put right on Mio, and he'll glove it, and he will. Well, they're going to say, as we have a brief stoppage on the play. I'm not sure what they're stopping it for, but we are going to have a face-off draw over to the right side, and coming out right now will be Bidner. We'll be joined by, it looks like, Darren McCarty. And I'm trying to see some of the other players that are out there, but as soon as their uniforms get stretched out, we'll get you those. Brochu on the pass now for the Flint Generals as they have it over left side. As we played nearly 10 minutes of our first half of the hockey game. with it right now. Grodnick going back in his own zone as well as Fisher. Fisher will circle around his net and will come out left side. As this time trying to break that up was Bidner, and playing it right now, Fisher. Fisher will gain the ice, and he'll take the long-range shot. And that one there was a pad save, kicked away. Played out now right side. Can they get it to the Generals? I'll put that shot right on goal. Not sure who took it. We'll get it for you. It was Duhart. Duhart with 2 goals. Looked to cherry pick for the third. Played out on the left circle. It's going to go on there off there at center ice as Knopf can't take care of it. He tried to get the centering pass. Over right in the slot, taken there. It's going to be underneath. As that was Velsevich, and Velsevich has that one, a couple of them knocked away. Actually Bowman has come into this contest, and he'll knock away yet another one. While the Red Wing alumni, they do have 3 goaltenders dressed in this game. Didn't see Bowman come on. Eddie Mio left after the last stoppage of play, and they didn't call it or announce it. So Mio has left. George Bowman is in now for the Detroit Red Wing squad. Playing with just 14-16 to go. There's a draw from the left circle. It'll be won by the alumni. So play it over to Miller. Miller over behind his own goal. Now he's going to skate out with it. Looking to have somebody. He's got Redmond, and that one will go too far for him. And Redmond will give chase as the play continues on. Brought out now by Knopf. Knopf nearly overskates that puck. Played out now at center ice. And on the intercept, Redmond. Redmond now at center ice. He's trying to skate in the zone. He's got some room. He's got Miller as a screen. Back door pass now to Fedek. Fedek this time will turn it around. Fedek will just whistle around the boards for Miller and tries to center it for Redmond over in the corner, but it doesn't get through. Played out at center ice as Joe Kocher comes out. Kocher this time plays it off the skate of Bernhard, and the Flint Generals look to carry it on. Over, it'll be a pad save as that one was shot by Fedek out on the right side. It's played now by Knopf. Flint Generals with the puck, skating in their U of M looking uniforms with just 13:10 to play in this opening half of hockey. That's right, 2 running halves, and that's going to go backdoor and another goal. And the Flint Generals have a big lead in this contest. They're up now 3-1 as Sullivan buries it home.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
So Duhart has a pair of goals. Sullivan has one for the Generals, and they lead this contest 3-1. Red Wing alumni, they'll control that tap as they're going to play it out of their own zone. At least they're going to attempt to. Carson with it. Centering pass to Klimo, who's cherry picked at the line, but it'll play on. So Sullivan announced scoring that goal. No doubt about it for him, as we played over half of our opening half of hockey, and it looks like, I'm not sure what they called on the ice. It was not an icing call. So Firebirds and the Sting, they're knotted at 1 at the first intermission. Firebirds are the OHL team that moved up from Plymouth this year, and it's going to be a pass that's going to go all the way through to center ice as Fisher will play it out of his own zone now to Carson and Klima. Klima going right side, a beautiful pad save. Butterflying it up. It'll cover, and so we're going to have a draw to the left side of the Generals' goal. And now whether it'll be out there for Klima with the drop pass now to Tamer. Tamer's wrister is going to go up off the glasses. It'll ricochet there, played by Pirani out of his own zone. Flint Generals trying to center that one, and they try cherry picking it, but it's going to go too far for Humphrey. Going back will be Ogrodnik, the left wing first teamer for the NHL all those years ago. Is playing defense for the Alumni team as they badly need him. Carson out on point, played now for McCarty, but McCarty couldn't catch up to it till right now. McCarty tries to center that pass, but there's nobody home as play continues on with just 10:46 to go in this opening half of hockey. With it now be Whitmore. Whitmore going left wing. Whitmore on the drop pass, and that one's going to deflect off Fisher as it goes on over into the far corner. And a centering pass now by Brochu. Brochu with it as he looks to launch that one at the net. Another goal. And this time they beat Bowman cleanly. And the Red Wing Alumni, they're taking a beating so far. On over into the far corner, and a centering pass now by Brochu. Brochu with it as he looks to launch that one at the net. Another goal. And this time they beat Bowman cleanly. And the Red Wing Alumni, they're taking a beating so far. They're trailing in this contest 4-1. And now with it, it'll be up now over center ice, and now Finstrom with it. Finstrom looking to get that puck. It's now 4-1 lead as that one will be cleared away by Bowman. Played out now for the Red Wing Alumni. Play will continue on as it's going to be a centering pass. It's going to go over now for Velasevich as that one will now be over in no man's land. Played now by Brochu on the left side. Now the General still with a puck with 9.5 to go. It's right in the slot. Finstrom has that one intercepted, played by Kosar. As they'll look to go up over center ice, and that time Tamer was trying to get the cherry pick. And as that one will go over the outstretched arms, everybody. Now going back door, that's so nearly a goal. As dangerous as all heck are the Flint Generals, are up by 3, and outside Presley, he's going to skate right in, turns, fires. Oh, what a save! And that goaltender just made a fantastic effort and has kept it a 4-1 game. On over into the far corner, and a centering pass now by Brochu. Brochu with it as he looks to launch that one at the net. Another goal. And this time they beat Bowman cleanly. And the Red Wing Alumni, they're taking a beating so far. Score. Well, the goaltender is not listed. Oh, I think that we have, oh, I see what happened. It's Dave DeSander, and DeSander is put on our roster really late past the press time, and so DeSander's in goal, and that was a dead. And look at this save. It's on your screen, and I'll tell you what, he did just a great job as this one will continue on. And now with it coming up over the center ice, it's going to be Peter Klima playing it now for Miller, who has that one hop over a stick. Now up over the left side and going back to get it will be Fisher. As this one will be played up now center ice to Miller's. Klima gained his own, and Miller was the intended target, but that one pass never got through. As we have an even 8 minutes to play. Miller in the slot, shoots, bears it away, scores. Oh, they're going to say he didn't. That one went in for sure. But play will continue on. That one there all but knocked over the water bottle, but somebody missed it. And this time it'll go right in the slot to Klima again. And Klima will take a shot, a second shot, buries it home. So Klima will join Duhart with having 2 goals each in this game. And it's a 4-2 game score. The Flint General Alumni still lead it, as we have 7 minutes and 18 seconds to go in this opening half of hockey. Well, I'd like to thank all our volunteers for coming out to tonight's game, giving up a night of Matlock reruns to bring you this contest. Humphrey after the draw, controlled by Rusin on the intercept. Carson with it now for the Red Wing Alumni. He'll drop it over for Klima. The centering pass will be tipped up into the air and played on now as Jimmy Carson's over on that corner. Klima quarterbacking it from behind the goal. He'll circle around. Carson will lift that one wide of the goal. Clock continues to move as we have 6:35 to go, and that one's going to go right in the crease, and that one that time beat the goaltender, but he caught up to it as DeSander had that one out front as the play will continue to move along. Now with it, Humphrey. Humphrey playing over on the right side as it's Rusin, and Rusin will have that one knocked away as the play will continue on up over the blue line. Played now by the Red Wing alumni's McCarty. And now it'll go over to Kosher. Kosher going right side. Oh, has it open, and that one was tipped wide. That one was a wide open goal that time. As played by the Red Wing alumni's Todd Bidner. Coming up with it, Velasevich. Velasevich back in his own zone. Playing it cross ice right now. They'll have it up over the blue line on the intercept now. It'll be Bidner, and Bidner will go from his backhand to his forehand, and he'll launch that one wide of the goal. Play moves on up over center ice as right now for Finstrom goes in, and he's got a partner going on side as they'll play it over on the right wing side. It'll be tipped out over center ice. And this time a sprawling Brent Fedek with it. Brent Fedek will go with a blind dish pass for Presley, and Presley that time will whistle it wide, looking to get his own rebound, and nearly got control of that one with 5:14 to go on this opening half of hockey, and that one shot up into the net. And with that, we'll have a draw out to the left side of the goaltender and Mr. Dave DeSader.
Can you take this away? I don't feel safe with the gun in my house.
Opening half of hockey as once again we play with a running clock due to the Red Wing alumni. Bidner will take the draw for the red and white. Mickey Redmond is also out on the ice as well as Yuri Fisher. Also, looks like Pat Peak is out there as well as Johnny O. And it'll be taken by Redmond. Now back to Ogrodnik, going across the point to Fisher. Fisher with a left-handed sniper shot, score! Fired it home, and it's now a 4-3 game. And it'll be taken by Redmond. Now back to Ogrodnik, going across the point to Fisher. Fisher with a left-handed sniper shot, score! Fired it home, and it's now a 4-3 game. Takes the feed from Mickey Redmond. And Fisher still showing that he has a ton of skill. 12 years out of the NHL, making 13 this fall, and that one happened right on point. You see that one go in all the way, and it's now a 4-3 game. The Generals still have a 1-goal lead. They're playing as a road team in this contest. Skating it now will be Bidner. Skating now to Pat Peak, and that one will be shot wide. I understand it's not going to be the Peaker, but it's, Steve Gavella will be out on the ice for the Red Wing Alumni, taking one of the first shifts he's had in this contest. Peak has played a 17, but now he's the assistant coach for the Firebirds. Skating right in, it's going to be shot, score. And we're now even at 4-all, as it's Gavella with a goal. Just comes in, and just like that, he's made this goal even Steven. It's a tie hockey game. That's with 3:10 to go in this opening half of hockey. Center ice. Kevin Miller against Bernhard. It'll be controlled by the Red Wing Alumni on their own point. Kosar playing defense. Now Kosar, as you know, is a winger, but he and Ogrodnik both go back and they take that shift as it's going to be back for Kosar, and they'll go back into their own zone with the Red Wing Alumni and try to tee it up and bring it up ice. That one there nearly intercepted by the Flint General Alumni. Knopf with it back out on his own point. Playing it now at center ice. Dumped in now by the Generals as they'll play it now behind their own net with the Red Wing Alumni coming out with it on center ice. Miller with it with Klima. Klima skating right wing, comes right in right side. Oh, bangs that one off the post. It was just 2:15 to go. It's opening half. Klima will put that one right on the goal, and that's going to be another save. And I'll tell you one thing about Peter Klima. He is never robbed of his opportunities in a hockey game. Still very quick of foot, and he is as feisty as ever. Tremendous amount of skills. As they're showing it on the replay on the board, and that one was swept away in a really nice job as DeSander will make the save. And this time another shot out there from on point by Carson. Play will continue on. And that time it'll hop over the stick of Yuri Fisher. It'll go on down the ice as Bowman will cover it up. As he'll take his shot chances with a draw out in front of the Alumni goal. Bowman still out in net for the Detroiters. Always playing in those red and white uniforms as we're down to 1:11 to play in this opening half of hockey. It'll be played off the boards now over at the side of the circle. Flint Generals and the Red Wing Alumni are all knotted at 4-all right out in front of the goal. And that's going to be Bowman, and that one will find its way into the net. And that time it looks like the goal is going to be scored by, I believe it's Humphrey. But I could be wrong on that. No, it's Bernhard with a goal. And in this 5-4 game with just 36 seconds to go in the opening half, the Generals once again take the lead. The Red Wing Alumni have never led in this contest. Now going right side, going back to go get it, it'll be Rusin. So Bernhard with a goal. He is announced, and it's time for one more breakout. Sullivan with it. Now Bernhard, who just had the goal, as we just have a handful of seconds to go in this opening half of hockey. 12 seconds to be exact on the intercept to Sullivan, going right side. He goes right in now to Rusin. But Rusin this time will circle with a puck, and it'll go over an outstretched stick of a General player. And here comes the horn. Well, we will be back for the second half of action. That happens to be next. We have our halftime.
I heard about a shooting involving a 3-year-old girl over the summer. My daughter Riley is that age.
There was a point when I felt that I was going to die.
My parents used to always say a bullet doesn't have a name on it.
Someone put a bullet in the back of my 14-year-old son's head.
The gun should never be an option.
We're Americans. We don't have to live like this.
We can all make a difference.
In the United States, 88 people die of gun violence every day.
We can end gun violence.
To be able to play this week here in Texas with the Volunteers of America has been such an honor. To be able to be a part of a tournament that gives back, I think is really important. As a professional golfer, I think we have such a huge platform to be able to promote organizations like this, and it's such a great cause. So it's been a great week. It's been great support from everybody here in Irving, and I want to thank everybody who's been a part of this week.
fans misbehave. Rush the dance floor, twist their legs, so put your hands up like it's a raid, or scream like a chick when she gets afraid. A scent of haze and blue lace the room, but hey, I just do what I came to do. So while the DJ blasting loud, we move crowds with the sound of a classic style. Stage diving, next minute you can't find them. Fans fiending, screaming, so it ain't silent. Till the curtain close, we work the shows, just so each and every person knows that we came to make the party loud. We bangin', make the party.
Well, with me is Kevin Miller. Kevin, I got a question to ask you. Who are you going to skate for when you play the MSU Alumni coming up in a few weeks?
Yeah, I'm going to skate with the Red Wings. You know, there's a lot of MSU guys that are coming back, so we'll probably put 3 or 4 MSU guys with the Red Wings, and there'll be a lot of MSU guys out on the ice, but a lot of Red Wings on the ice too. And the last 2 years we've had great crowds, 3,500 people, and we're raising some good money for some great charities. And the people really love it. Giving a lot of tickets away to Boys and Girls Clubs and Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We want to get them all in there. Never seen a hockey game before, so that's the whole goal. Raise a little money, have a lot of fun, and get some people in there that never seen a hockey game to have fun.
Now, MSU, they're a little down playing hockey. I'm not used to seeing that. What is it going to take to get that team back out on top?
Sometimes it's tough. I mean, you get off to a rocky start and things start to go the wrong way. It's really tough to get the boat turned the other direction. And they're working hard, and some nights they look like they got things turned around, and then some nights they don't. So it usually takes hard work, and they're going to have to really work hard to get out of this.
Well, the Red Wings are playing real well with all those young kids. What do you see as the biggest pluses going on for the current edition of the Red Wings?
Well, Mrazek's been playing awesome. Their forwards are very fast and creating a lot of speed out there and giving teams fits. And they're a skilled team. I mean, they move the puck around. They don't give it away very often, and they're playing really good, solid team play.
Kevin, I want to thank you very much for coming on, and we're going to see you out at MSU in about 2 to 3 weeks. Thank you so much. All right, you got it. And so real quick, I tell you what we're going to do is that we're going to be back for our post-game interview, and that's going to have John Ogrodnik on it. And as we'll talk to John Ogrodnik coming up in just a few moments, as you are watching the Detroit Red Wing Alumni on all your favorite cable outlets and also G1 NBC.
I heard about a shooting involving a 3-year-old girl over the summer. My daughter Riley is that age.
There was a point when I felt that I was going to die.
My parents used to always say a bullet doesn't have a name on it.
Someone put a bullet in the back of my 14-year-old son's head.
The gun should never be an option.
We're Americans. We don't have to live like this.
We can all make a difference.
In the United States, 88 people die of gun violence every day.
We can end gun violence.
Just about start when we're ready. Really, just an awesome vantage point. I've never had a better one for a hockey game. And our cameras, I think that you're seeing that on the ice as we're high up in the rafters, bringing you some of the clearest vantage points we've ever had. Nets are not a factor, and it's really just a great time. And this has really been just a tremendous amount of fun. And so with it, the Red Wing alumni out there at center ice, as they're just about set to do the facing off honors for them. Taking a look, Todd Bidner will do the face-off for the Red Wing alumni. Redmond will play on one wing. It looks like playing on the other. I think it's Brent Fedek. Fisher and is it Ogrodnik will play at the defensive positions for the alumni. And the puck is dropped, and it will be the Generals that will go back and give chase in their own zone. They have a 1-goal lead as they look to bring it up ice. They have it over on the far wing with it now over center ice as the Generals have it. They look to have a drop pass, shot, score! Oh, keeping it all the way. That's the way it goes. And it's a 6-4 game score. And that one will look to be Whitmore. They got the goal. So we're just 30 seconds into the start of our second half of this game, and the Red Wing Alumni, they're in trouble. They trail by a pair of goals, but something tells me we have a lot more to go. And with that, it'll be Fisher will circle out in the neutral zone, now up over blue line. He looks to split two defensemen, taking off the puck out there by Bidner. Bidner's fat, hot rebound will go out now into the slot, and now back out near the blue line. As this time Fisher will let that one go on over to Bidner, as it's going to hop over Frederick's stick, and play will continue on as we played a minute 12 of the second half of this hockey game. Fisher with it out on point, puts a shot right on the logo, and that's a nice save.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
For the Red Wing Alumni, I'm looking to see, and it looks like Rob Laurie is now in the net for the team in red and white, as the Red Wing Alumni have already used 3 goaltenders in this contest. They started with Eddie Meal, went to George Bowman, and now go to Rob Laurie. Back out there, it'll be taken on point as the Red Wing Alumni look to fish it out of their own zone. Going back to get it will be Tamer, playing out there at his circle and now using the net as a shield, looking to quarterback things out. As we played nearly 2 minutes of our second half of this hockey game, Red Wing Alumni looking to bring it out of their own zone. They've got it. Carson with lots of room to skate. As that time he'll poke that one off his stick, as the play will continue on now for the Red Wing Alumni. They've got it now over left side for Carson. Carson with it, and he'll have his pocket picked over on the side as Steve Carella. I believe it's Sevilla is the player on the roster, as that one will be played behind the goal. And with that one, it'll be behind the net, and it's played out now by the Red Wing Alumni. They'll have it now on the blue line, now up over center ice. As with it, it'll be Steve Javella. I believe it's Javella. His name is not on, doesn't have it on his roster. He's the only Red Wing Alumni player that doesn't have it. It's in the slot. That one is dangerous, as Finstrom will clear. Finstrom out of his own net. They'll work that one around the boards, as that is going to be chipped out now to the left circle. With it now, Javella again, and it's now going to go left wing, and it's taking off that puck. It's going to be Peter Klima, and Klima's like, what, no penalty? Well, we don't have them called in the Alumni games. As we have passed the 3-minute mark of the second half of this game, with it now, with it Knopf. As Knopf will now circle the net. He's going to be hand-checked as it's going to be played out onto the near side. Oh, players are taken out. Are we going to have a penalty called? No way. We've had penalty. Instead of a penalty, they'll do a penalty shot. And they will indeed have a penalty shot. Yuri Fisher's at center ice. They do not do penalties, but they will do penalty shots. And the Red Wing Alumni down by 2 goals. And it'll remain that way, as Fisher was not able to put that one in, as Descender easily clears that one away. The draw will come to the right side of the general net. They have a 2-goal lead, as we have 20:42 to play in this hockey game. Miller will take the draw, as this time it'll be controlled by the Red Wing Alumni. Red and white, they have it now on point. Sullivan now with the intercept. Sullivan now goes out left side, and he'll have it over center ice. Sullivan with it. Drop pass now to Grills, and Grills will have that one centered out. Played out now center ice as it comes all the way back down, as McCarty played out in front of the goal, but he never had a chance at that puck. This play continues on. Played out now over center ice. Flint Generals, they've got it. The old Alumni team. Rusa now on the point. as he'll lose the handle on that puck, and that'll bring the Red Wing Alumni into the play. Chipped out now to McCarty left wing. McCarty skating in with it. McCarty with lots of room. Big fat rebound is going to be cleared away by DeSander, and it'll be over in the corner. We have 10 ticks under 20 minutes to play in this hockey game. Kosher now with it, playing defense for the Alumni, skating out of his own zone. He'll chip it out to Klima, as both sides will have a partial line change. Flint General will have a full one. Miller now in the right circle, puts that one off the pads of DeSander, and there's a goal. And there's Peter Klima, and Klima has now made it a 6-5 game score. He has a hat trick. So the Alumni is closer to a 1-goal deficit. And now the draw will be controlled by the Flint Generals. Is this now going to go in the offensive zone? They'll play it, as it'll now be up over center ice. Kosher will go back to fish it out in his own zone to Redmond right side. Kosher now sweeping it around for Tamer. Kosher again, and now the Generals are starting to collapse on him. Is this going to be out there now? Played by Bidner up over center ice, and now back into the General zone. Generals looking to clear it around their own net, as it's going to be Redmond back out to Kosher, and that one's going to be a nice shot taken out by Fedek. Fedek with it out on point now to Bidner, and Bidner will just wrap it around the boards, and it's intercepted by Pirani of the Generals. Bidner on a centering pass out front to Redmond, going back door to McCarty, and this time it'll be gloved by DeSander, and he'll look to take his chances with a draw to the right side of him, as we have 18-10 to play in our contest.
To be able to play this week here in Texas with the Volunteers of America has been such an honor. To be able to be a part of a tournament that gives back, I think is really important. As a professional golfer, I think we have such a huge platform to be able to promote organizations like this, and it's such a great cause. So it's been a great week. It's been great support from everybody here in Irving, and I want to thank everybody who's been a part of this week.
It'll be now out in front of the goal. It's Carson, and that one's going to be banged away at the time the goaltender DeSander goes down, and play will continue on up over center ice. With it now, it's going to go right wing for the Generals. They look to have a spinorama out front. Ogrodnik will clear that one now out in no man's land. Played right now out in front, and it's going to be out there on the intercept. They're skating right in. That time was going to be Valasevich, and he's not able to have clear control as Red Wing Alumni now with 17-17 to play in this hockey game. We're going to go back door. Tic-tac-toe passing by the Red Wing Alumni might have resulted in the pass too many. With it now, it's going to go to Duhart, who has a pair of goals in this game. Now Knopf in the slot, back to Duhart. Nice pad save out there taken by Rob Laurie as the play will continue on. Under 17 minutes to go in this hockey game, as this time the Generals look like time to try to pepper the goaltender, put a shot right out in front. It'll be cleared away by the Red Wing Alumni, as that last shot was taken out there on point. And it'll continue now up. Generals now with a partial line change. Bernhard will have the shot on the last trip down the ice. They'll go back door, because that time the shot was just over the top of the goaltender Laurie. So the Red Wing Alumni, they've had 3 goaltenders in this game, and they got Sullivan, and that one will be chipped wide. As this time it's the Miller line, and they're struggling to get this out of their own zone. McCarty will kick that puck. He's going to push a player over into the boards, and this is kind of for show for sure, as players will whack at it, as it'll now be on the intercept. Coming in right now, Sullivan has that one poked away by Tamer as the play continues on. Out in front now, it's going to be wrapped around, and it's going to be shot right on the goal, cleared away by Laurie. 15:55 is what we have left to play in this hockey game. As this time it'll come out now up over center ice. It'll be played from Redmond out there on the point now to Miller, and Miller now sees nobody, so he's going to go ahead and go back out near blue line. It'll be played back door for Fisher, who chips it up in the air. It's batted up a couple times as the play continues on. It'll be off the blue line, Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik now up over blue line. He's going to go onside. He's going to try to go 2-on-3 as he had Klima, and now way back door Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik skating as a winger on this shift, and it'll be Fisher. Fisher now will take it back over to Klima and a give and go, and it's going to be Reinhardt, and Reinhardt with it. He's got himself a breakaway, and his shot is put right on the pads. Oh, boy. And he'll be reliving that one all night long. He'll probably wake up in a cold sweat. Whether it'll be Knopf. Knopf tries to gain the offensive zone, but it's going to be poked away by the Red Wing alumni. Yuri Fisher looks to bring it out of his own zone. As we have 14:44 to go in this hockey game. Presley skating onside. Presley just coming off the bench. He'll put that one on the goaltender. Oh, and that one will be whizzed right underneath the Sanders. The play will continue on. Finstrom coming back into his own zone. And Finstrom, who skates for the Red Wing alumni sometimes, this time will go left wing. Comes up the side as it's going to be on the opposite side, and it'll be a nice glove save by Laurie, and he'll take his chances with a draw to the left side of the goal.
All right, fans, I found tonight's tweet your seat winners. I beat out in section 3 with Daryl and little Brandon. Hey, Brandon, wave hi. Well, they are lucky winners tonight. They're taking home a $25 Visa gift card courtesy of North Federal Credit Union.
We have an even 14 minutes to play in this contest. As now comes a draw. Carson will take it up against Velasevich, and it's now going to be behind the Red Wing net. They've got it, and now they'll play it up over on the side. As they've now got it up on the blue line, chipped out over center ice now to Carson onside. Carson just walks right in as he turned, fired, and that one is cleared away. Played right now by the Flint General alumni. And now with it at the blue line. It's going to come out now over center ice, played out. As this time gaining it, it will be Finstrom going left side. Finstrom with it as he's got it over the blue line. It's going to be intercepted, and skating with it, it's going to be Javella. Javella looks to go over on the side of the circle and backdoor. Oh, Presley's rebuffed. And how in the world did he do it? And now with it, it'll be up over behind the net. As with this here, it's going to be going to go Velasevich now to Knopf, and Knopf gains his zone. He tries to split the defenseman. It comes right in, and that one will be cleared away by Laurie as we have 12:47 to go in this hockey game. Brochu back with it now for the Flint General alumni. They'll play it now to Perini, and now Sullivan as players will skate over into the corner. And now it looks to go up over on the left side. Played now by Sullivan. Sullivan trying to turn it around. It's going to be stick slapped up into the air, and it'll play it off the high glass, and the play will continue on by the alumni. Miller with it. Gaining the zone with Klima as a trailer. Tamer as well. Miller that time tried to put that one in the slot, and that shot there goes too far, and it's going to be Sullivan, and he'll shoot that one diagonally down the ice. As right now we have 12 minutes and 3 seconds to go in this game. It's a 6-5 game score. We had a lot of scoring in the first half of it. Now Miller walks right in. Miller now tries to beat the goaltender by coming right out in front. Klima that time overskated the opportunity, or it might have been a goal for him. And this time a pass is going to go just too far down the ice. It'll be played, and we'll have an icing call, and this time the draw will come all the way back down the ice with just 11:37 to go in the second half of this game. Well, the speed is gone from many of the Red Wings as far as the speed to put those guys in the NHL, but the hockey sense that these players have, the experience, the skills portion of their games is still fairly well intact. As Koster will play it inside the blue line, it's going to be ripped at the goal and a shot right on the logo. As Koster that time took it from out on point, as that time he took a low wrister and fired that one all the way down, as that puck never left more than about 18 inches off the ice. Now another draw. Alumni, they'll bring that one in. Fedek that time tried to shoot it, went off Glover's stick, off over above the goal as it's going to be played, and on the intercept to be Koser, who chips it in. He'll play that one as it ricochets off the glass. Whitmer back out of his own zone. Now up over center ice, and on the intercept, it's going to be Bidner. Bidner will take the left-handed slapper. It's a big fat pad save wrapped around the boards with just 10:36 to play in this hockey game. It's a 6-5 game score. Whitmer with it. He'll have it now, and it's going to be knocked off the skate of Fedek, and Fedek will have it played ahead to Bidner. As Bidner will backdoor it now for Mickey Redmond. Lifts that one, and he'll shoot that one wide of the goal. And now with it now over center ice, it's going to be Knopf. Knopf going right side as we have a full line change except for one for the Flint General Alumni, and this time it's going to be intercepted and played right now by Javella up behind the goal. Be held in by Ruston, who one time said that one's way off the mark. As this time it'll be played now by the Generals. It's intercepted, kicking it to himself is McCarty, and McCarty plays that back, but it'll be taken back by Knopf. As Knopf this time will circle around his own zone, off center ice. Bernhardt will settle it, going left wing. He's got it, and it's going to be a pass out on the wing, just chipped around the boards. And with 9:33 to play in this hockey game, it's fired all the way down the ice, and it'll be an icing call. Or will it? Well, I don't know why, but the goaltender came out of the goal, but for the sake of keeping the game going on, they'll let this one play out. It won't be an icing. And now out there in the right circle, shot taken out there by Bernhardt, and it's going to be a nice save by Laurie, and the fans will show their appreciation for him. Well, the one thing about the Flint Arena, known as the Dort Federal Event Center, they have events besides hockey here, and those include concerts, and they, much like they do down at Joe Louis Arena and at the Palace, and they have a comedy show coming up, and Cedric the Entertainer will be there as well as others. Steve Harvey, I think, is scheduled to be there, and so I mean they got some big names. D.L. Hewley's going to be there, and so it's kind of like the Kings of Comedy minus Bernie Mac, the late great. As this time playing it behind their own goal will be the Flint General squad as they try to bring it up. Centering pass up over center ice, and they're going to play it. Be now Wilson. Wilson gaining the zone. A trailer now to Humphrey going left side. Now it's going to go out there in front. Wilson will take the shot, and that one's whistled up into the crowd. As that one went off, it looked like the netting that time and came on back to the ice.
I heard about a shooting involving a 3-year-old girl over the summer. My daughter Riley is that age.
There was a point when I felt that I was going to die.
My parents used to always say a bullet doesn't have a name on it.
Someone put a bullet in the back of my 14-year-old son's head.
The gun should never be an option. We're Americans. We don't have to live like this.
We can all make a difference.
In the United States, 88 people die of gun violence every day.
We can end gun violence.
So with that, that's going to be played out by Brochu, and it's going to go too far down over into the corners. It's a centering pass, and Flint Generals, they are their alumni squad. They are no longer a general team as of last year, but still they've got a tremendous amount of guys that are of the same age as the Red Wing alumni. Kosher will walk in. That's going to be a pad save, but he feeds it right back to Kosher over into the corners. He's tied up by two different players. They don't want to mess with Kosher, but Kosher doesn't play that style of hockey anymore. Doesn't need to in the alumni games. The skating with it onside is Bidner. Bidner this time pulls up, goes back door to Klima, who buries it home for his fourth goal of the game, and we're now at a 6-6 score. So D-Mac will get the assist on that goal, and also Bidner as well, and we're now knotted up at 6-all. Which is 6:42 to play in this contest. Presley, after a one draw, will come on out now to Ogrodnik, playing off his right defensive point. It's now going to be carried in by Presley up over on the left wing as he looks to have a drop pass for McCarty, and it's going to be a left wing slap shot. Oh, back door just too far from McCarty. He had a wide open net to shoot at, but that time it might have hit off a player out front, which was just enough to trip up that play, and now it's going to be held in by Velasevich, and it's up over center ice. With it now played by the Red Wings' Steve Javella, and it's going to be up over center, and coming back to come get it will be Savella over on the wing side. as the play continues on. Played right now by Presley. I understand George, yeah, that's right, George Lopez is going to be performing in that concert on Sunday night too. It's going to be a dandy of a concert. I bet you, those guys are going to really be cutting it up, and it's one of those, if I didn't have plans, I would certainly be here. It should be just a lot of fun listening to those guys tell jokes and go through skits, and probably doing some ensemble as part of their act. Knopf going left wing. Centering pass out front, trying to make it 7-6, and almost making it happen was Pirani. With just 5:10 to go in this game, it's a 6-6 score. And Fedek now on the drop pass to Carson, now going back to Klima. Klima with 4 goals in this game has simply owned the team, and that one's going to be whistled wide. And that time, you could tell that Carson wanted that one, as I think I could hear the mouthed words. Played by Koser. Koser had that one go off the stick of Bernhard, but it'll be played out by Koser, who circles with it, now up over his own blue line. Played right now in the offensive zone. Koser now going over to Klima, back over to Koser again, and that was almost a one-timer with 4.5 to play in this game. We'll have a shootout if it remains tied at 6. Miller with it. Miller with the shot. He looks to bury it in the pads, and that time it's going to be corralled by DeSander. As Carson chases it in the corner. It'll be a centering pass to Klima. Klima goes backdoor shot, scores! And that's a beautiful one-timer, and Miller will put it in and make it a 7-6 game score. And what tic-tac-toe passing. And the goaltender, DeSander, never had a chance. As that time he looked at the shooter and they going back door. And that's why they play in the NHL, folks. Kevin Miller played for 9 different NHL teams, and of course part of the Miller family that skated through the NHL, and of course the MSU Spartans. Brochu with it. As Miller with a goal, it's a 7-6 Red Wing Alumni lead with just 3:26 to go in this hockey game. Klima got the assist on that last goal. As that time it'll be Knopf playing with it now. It's going to be Glover trying to skate toward the goal as he's going to be checked off the puck there by Ogrodnik, and it's going to be a pass right out front. Laurie that time will corral it, as we'll have a draw to the front of the Red Wing Alumni goal.
For the main parking lot, you can also exit out behind section 6. Again, if you're not attending the meet and greet after the game, we ask that you please exit out section 7 or 6. If you are attending the meet and greet, you are going into the lobby using the doors behind.
And now with it, McCarty going right side. McCarty with a slapper, taking on the pads of DeSander. This play continues on as we have about 2.5 to play in a 7-6 Red Wing Alumni lead over the Flint General Alumni, who took out a huge lead early in the contest, led 4-1 before they were caught, and then they led 5-4 midway through our hockey game during our intermission. Well, then now it's going to be over on the side of the circle, as this time skating out with it, it'll be Bidner, who chips it out now for Fedek. Fedek now gaining the zone. Fedek now floating right wing. Fedek this time looking to pull up, and this time it's going to be played along the corners as players will use their skates and sticks to knock that one out with just 1:50 to play in this contest. Now whether it'll be Humphrey coming up the left side as this team looking for the rush. And Velisiewicz trying to go out on the wing. There's a shot taken right on the pads of Laurie, and play will continue on. And now on the intercept it'll be Tamer over to Klima. Klima's onside. He's got 4 goals in his game. Elects not to go on, but Tamer will. Tamer now will put that one right on the goaltender DeSander. So Klima that time could have taken it all by himself, but decided to show the team spirit as we have 1:15 to go in this hockey game. And now it's going to go over out front. It's tipped up, scores! And it looked like Klima is taking a member of the Flint General squad who I think helped them tip it in, and Klima now has his 5th goal tonight. Oh, it was tipped, and it was, right out in front of the goal, and it was Jimmy Carson that'll get it. It's going to be changed. Carson touched that one. And so Carson will get his 1st goal tonight. And it's 8-6, and there's another goal. And now it's raining goals for the Red Wing Alumni, knocked in by Kevin Miller, and it's now 9-6. And I don't think we have any doubts about who's going to win this contest, as we have under a minute to go in the hockey game. They usually don't stop the clock in these games, although they always have the option to, and it is stopped with 47.9 seconds to go in this contest. Now played out, the Red Wing Alumni, they'll corral that puck, and they'll look to take some time off the clock as we have but 40 seconds to go. And that's going to be out now over center ice. It'll be played out there on the left wing. So Carson and Klima will get the assist. So Klima's had a 6-point night. And that one there is going to be whistled wide, taken out there by Bernhardt. This play continues on. And now the Flint General Alumni will wrap that one around the boards. They're looking to get one more goal in this game. And on the intercept, it'll be Carson over to Klima. Klima going left side. Klima this time will use Carson as a trailer. And Klima elects to go outside. He easily could have went inside to skate in all alone on the goaltender, but chose not to, because we're down to just a couple of seconds to go in this hockey game, and here comes the horn. Game score final, 9-6. Red Wing Alumni beat the Flint General Alumni. We'll be back with our post-game show that happens next.
To be able to play this week here in Texas with the Volunteers of America has been such an honor. To be able to be a part of a tournament that gives back, I think is really important. As a professional golfer, I think we have such a huge platform to be able to promote organizations like this, and it's such a great cause. So it's been a great week. It's been great support from everybody here in Irving, and I want to thank everybody who's been a part of this week.
I heard about a shooting involving a 3-year-old girl over the summer. My daughter Riley is that age.
There was a point when I felt that I was going to die.
My parents used to always say a bullet doesn't have a name on it.
Someone put a bullet in the back of my 14-year-old son's head.
The gun should never be an option.
We're Americans. We don't have to live like this.
We can all make a difference.
In the United States, 88 people die of gun violence every day.
We can end gun violence.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Well, John, coming out of tonight's contest, it started out real slow for the Red Wing alumni. Was that by design, or was you guys really lagging behind this? The on-charging team that they were.
No, that's usually our MO. You know what? We always start off slow. Some of the guys haven't skated in a couple of weeks or a month or whatever, so it takes them a little while to get warmed up and whatever. And who knows? Maybe they lighten up on us. I don't know. But it was 4-1. You know, they had a young team. It was they could move the puck, and there's no question about it. But that's where Fish really helped us. So we got Kevin Miller and these guys and Peter Klima. So yeah, it was a good game. It was close. They might have lightened up a little bit. I don't know.
It looks like Yuri Fisher's making up for lost time out on the ice. I mean, he looks like he skates about as well now as he did when he stopped. Well, when his career in the NHL ended.
Well, I was his defense partner out there, so I was kind of helping him out a little bit. So I kept the game simple. Every time I had the puck, I give it to Fish. Hey, Fish, just go with it and whatever. But you're right. He's hungry. He loves skating. He's like a little kid out there. He's full of energy, and he's fun to have on your team. But he really, really enjoys it because he, obviously he didn't like the way things ended for him with his career.
Well, of course not. Yeah. Now, as far as the Red Wing alumni is concerned, what are some of the things that you guys have coming up over the next several months?
Ironically, we're starting to slow down. We've only got a few games left. Our busy time's right after Christmas. We play quite a few games. We just got back from St. Ignace and Alpena, but. One of the big games we got coming up on March 18th, a game in Westland, and Westland does a great job.
We'll be there.
Oh, great. Yeah, they fill up the building and all that. They get a great turnout. It's a first-class event. I'm friends with the Mayor Wild there, and, that's going to be a good one, and we'll have a good turnout for that. And but I think we only got 2 or 3 games left, and that's about it. And then it's golf season.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We'll be at Oakhurst as well. Oh, yeah? I'm sure George Bowman will have that course all lined up just for your game there. Oh. Do you golf left-handed?
Well, I golf. I don't golf up there. I'm a member of our Western, but my golf game, I just can't seem to break 15 handicap. I can hit the ball. It's the last 50 yards in there. You got to put in that little hole. It's kind of a pain in the ass. You know what I'm saying? I can get it there. It's just getting it in that little hole is the hard part.
It's a short game. That's where you need a ringer to come in there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, John, I know that. Thanks a lot. I sat down, and we'll see you down the road. Okay.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, you got it. All right. And so for John Ogrodnik, for myself, Roy Akers, for all of our awesome volunteers out there, for Whitney, Diana, Tino, we also want to thank Scott. We also want to thank Randy and everybody else that came on out for our contest tonight. Oh, Brad, Shaw, and Izzy. I better not forget them, or I won't hear the end of it. So for everybody out there at Media Network, G1 NBC, and all the other cable companies, good night, everybody.
To the curtain close, we work the shows just so each and every person knows that we came up.